All right, so good morning. Welcome, everybody. Glad you could make it. So you can come to some comfortable position, any comfortable position that you would like. And we'll center and then we'll move back to the mat, or I'll move back to the mat and we'll do our practice. So just release down wherever you are. Notice the connection with the mat, the earth, the chair, wherever you are. And just settling. And then begin to release and relax from the top of the head through the face and the neck and the shoulders, the belly and the hips, legs and feet, arms and hands. Eyes closed or that soft focus. Just noticing the flow of the breath. Scanning through the body for any discomfort. And maybe relaxing a little bit more with each exhale. And allow the breath to lengthen here. Inhaling from the belly up into the upper chest and exhaling slowly. And that little bit of tightness in the back of the throat, you can hear the exhale. And exhaling now, take that big deep inhale in. Open the mouth and let it go. And one more big deep inhale in. And exhale. Gently open the eyes. Good, I'm going to move back to the mat. Okay. So now you're in that seated posture and you're feeling down through the sits bones. Lifting up tall. Still those long, deep inhales and exhales. And bring the arms wide, palms down toward the floor, drawing the arms into the shoulders as you reach wide. So space and length today. think in terms of taking up space and getting as long through the body as you can. Turn the palms toward the front of the mat, and as you inhale, draw the hands and arms back. Point the fingers behind. Feel that opening all down the arms across the front of the body, and as you exhale, the hands come to the knees, gently rounding back and releasing as you exhale. Inhaling, coming up, arms wide, opening, lifting the gaze, and exhaling. Chin toward the chest. Release the arms. And as you inhale, reach wide, drawing back, and exhaling. And as you inhale, coming back up to that upright seat, drawing the shoulders back. Chin comes in, chest moves forward. And gently move the head here. You can let the chin drop toward the chest and take the chin to one side and then the other. Be gentle. And then you can drop one ear over toward the shoulder and then come up, and the other ear. And now lifting back up again, top of the head toward the ceiling. Yes, bring the right arm out in front, draw it in, fingers reaching, thumb points up to the ceiling. Good, strong through that arm. And now as you inhale, let that arm lift. Follow the gaze, follow the hand up there with the gaze. Again, as you draw down and reach up, turn the palm toward the front of the mat and take that arm back and up. Be nice to the neck here. You don't have to follow that hand all the way back there, but the gaze is lifted toward the ceiling. Breathe. And now bring that hand up and reach up to the ceiling, turning the palm in. And take the left hand out, arc over to the left. Still strong. And now bring that arm back to the ceiling, reach. And now you can release that down. And you can move that arm, you move that shoulder. And then the left arm comes out, getting tall. And as you inhale, take that left hand to the ceiling. Ground down as you reach up. Turn the palm to the front, reaching up and back. And bring that left hand back to the ceiling. And the right hand slides out, arcing right. Still grounding down through that left sits bone. And bring the hand back to the ceiling as you reach high. And exhale. Ah, yes. Yeah, come into cactus arms now. With the elbows back, fingers spread, pointing to the ceiling. Keep the neck relaxed. It's easy to lock the neck up when you're in cactus arms. Now, as you exhale, bring the forearms and hands together in front. Inhaling, opening wide, drawing those elbows back, keeping the elbows high, and exhaling, arms together. Inhaling, opening wide, and exhaling, hands together. And inhaling, opening wide. And exhale, the hands come down. And now just move the shoulders. You can do shoulder rolls here. You can take the shoulders up toward the ears and then back and down. You can bicycle your shoulders, one shoulder forward, the other back. And moving the head again too, along with these movements. Don't forget to breathe. Bring the hands out in front, palms down, and then take the fingers up toward the ceiling. Press out toward the front of the mat through the heels of the hands as you draw the pinky fingers back toward your face. Good. Now bring the right hand to the fingers of the left hand and draw those fingers back toward the left shoulder. So you're pressing forward through the heel of the left hand, drawing the fingers back. And then release that side, bring the right fingers to the ceiling, left hand to the fingers, and gently draw those right fingers toward the right shoulder. And then release, palms down toward the floor, fingers spread wide, and now bring everything together, fingers and thumbs, or into fists, and now turn those knuckles and fingers down toward the floor. Good, take a deep breath in, and then let it go. Good, opening the hands wide again, turn the palms in, bring the hands together, and as you inhale, let the hands lift up toward the ceiling. And now as you exhale, palms out and the hands come down. Good, bringing those hands into the knees. Just take a deep breath in and let it go. Notice all those sensations in the hands and fingers and the arms and the shoulders and the neck. Bring the left hand across to the outside of the right thigh, the right hand behind. Get tall. And then as you exhale, twist looking over the right shoulder. Make this one a gentle twist. Now inhale and unwind a bit, just a little bit. Get tall again, staying in the center of the mat. And as you exhale again, looking over the right shoulder. A little deeper. And now inhale and come to center and bring the right hand across to the left thigh. Bring the fingertips behind the left fingertips, lifting, shoulders drop, exhaling, a gentle twist to the left. And as you inhale, unwind a little bit, lengthen up, and exhale, a little bit deeper twist to the left. And inhale and come to the front. Yeah, take a deep breath in. And exhale. Yeah, okay. Some circles here. Take the heart toward the front of the mat and then take the body out to the right and exhaling. Chin back down toward the chest as you come back and left and forward. And to the right of that. And nothing major here, just noticing all the movement in the spine as you round and then to the side, coming up. Gaze lifts, chest comes forward, and as you exhale, chin toward the chest. And then go the other way. Shoulders draw back as you come forward. Chin drops as you go back. Yes. And then when you're back there, chin down toward the chest, releasing the arms, letting the chin just drop toward the chest. Still breathing. And as you inhale, lifting back up, drawing the shoulders back, bring the chin in, and reach the top of the head to the ceiling. Get really tall here. And exhale. Good. All right. Bring the hands behind the hips, fingers point toward the top of the mat, and just let the head fall back. Pressing into the mat with the hands to lift the heart toward the ceiling. Now, if you choose for the last two breaths, you can lift the hips off the mat. Gazing straight up or back. And as you exhale, bring the hips down and come back up to that upright seat. Ah, yes. Come over onto all fours. And into table. Moving cat-cow. Inhaling, gaze lifts. Elbows rotate in toward the center of the mat as you exhale. Round up and take the hips back. Open the knees a little wide for the belly. And bring the elbows down. And as you inhale, slide forward and then lift back up. Gaze lifts. Exhaling, round. Hips move back. Inhaling, coming forward and up. And exhaling, round, hips come back. Two more. Exhaling back. Inhaling forward and up. Last one, inhaling, coming up. And exhaling back. And with the hips back toward the heels, bring the elbows down and just bring the head down to the arms into your child's pose, whatever that is. So keeping the elbows down on the mat and the hands down flat on the mat, fingers spread wide. Just let the head settle down toward the mat. Elbows are about as wide as the mat here. Breathe into the low back. You get a little bit of a low back stretch here. Now lift the head and walk the hands toward the front of the mat. Now the elbows are lifted. And you're pressing the hands and fingers down into the mat. And now let the head release between the straight arms toward the mat. Lifting the head on your inhale, come up and forward into knee plank. Curl the toes if you choose into full plank. Okay. Shoulder blades on the back. Strong through this full plank if you're there, or a knee plank. Gaze is straight down, again, long from the top of the head to the heels of both feet. Pressing back here, so you feel the stretch in the calf muscles. One more breath. And now bring those knees down a little wide, exhale and take the hips back, release the toes, and let the head settle down toward the mat. Keep these elbows lifted as your head drops. And now lifting the head, coming up and forward, knee plank, curl the toes, pressing back through the heels, full plank. Two more deep breaths. And as you exhale, bring the knees down a little wide, hips move back, head releases toward the mat, keeping the elbows lifted. Now with the hands way out there in front, interlace the fingers, bring the hips over the knees, bring the elbows down in front of the knees. This is our mini dolphin here. So as you inhale, bring the chin ahead of the hands. And as you exhale, move the hips back toward the back of the mat. Release the head toward the mat. And if the forehead touches the mat, that's a good thing. If not, well, you're getting there. Inhaling, coming forward. Exhaling, moving back. Elbows are about shoulder width. Inhaling, coming forward. And exhale, moving. Want a little bit more of a challenge in this thing, you can curl your toes, you can lift the hips, and then come forward again. And then press with the forearms, taking the heart back toward the knees, and coming forward. And exhale back. One more. And inhale forward. And exhale back. Take a breath back here. Remember, surrender to the pose. And now bring the knees down a little bit wide. Take the hips back toward the heels. Bring those arms in, back to your resting pose. So coming up into our table, take the knees as wide as the mat. Make sure you got some padding under there. And then the ankles stay on the edge of the mat. You turn the toes out. The ankle bones are on the mat. And now come down onto your elbows. So the feet are directly behind the knees, right? The heels are behind the knees. And then take a breath. And as you release, just relax the hips here. As you move your bottom toward the back of the mat. Nobody likes frog. Frog is a great, great posture. Keep breathing. Now on your inhale, coming back up into table, bring the knees in under the hips. Good, all right. Again, feeling down through the fingertips, gripping the mat, palms of the hands on the mat. And now as you inhale, and now as you exhale, take the gaze past the right shoulder as you take the weight over onto the left knee, looking back toward the back of the mat. Inhale and come to center. Exhale, hips right, gazing past the left shoulder, the back of the mat. And inhale and come to the front. Exhale, gaze to the right. And back to center and gaze to the left. And now coming back to center. Go right. Wag your tail a little bit, move. Let's do some circles here. Take the body to the right, and with the knees a little wide, bring the hips back. Head drops toward the mat. Elbows come down, actually. And now come to the left and lift back up. The gaze comes straight ahead, exhaling to the right. Let the head drop. Elbows come down. Coming to the left and lifting back up. Belly drops, gaze lifts, exhale, hips move back. One more big circle this direction. Feel all that movement happening in the spine and the neck. And I'll go the other way, to the right and up. And to the left and back. And one more circle this direction. And again, hips back toward the heels. Find your resting pose. Take a deep breath in. And let it go. You're coming back into table. Extend the right arm straight out to the side, and on your inhale, take the right hand up to the ceiling. It's not about where that arm goes, it's about where the chest goes, where the heart goes. So you're drawing that arm, that lifted arm, into the shoulder, which you're reaching up toward the ceiling. Strong through that arm and shoulder. And now exhaling, take that arm down and under, bring the left elbow down to the mat, right side of the face, and the head to the mat. And I like to reach my hand forward so I can press down into the floor as I turn my gaze up toward the ceiling. Pressing my belly toward the mat, long through the spine on this twist. One more deep breath. Keep the neck relaxed. And now bring the left hand in, coming back up into that table, but then lifting the right arm a little bit more toward the ceiling. One more breath. And exhaling the right hand down, take that breath. Come into your resting pose if you choose. And from our table, extend the left arm and open to the left. And as you exhale, bring that left arm down and under the left side of the head to the mat. Reach through there, and then whatever you want to do with the right hand. Yeah. Gently lifting the gaze to the ceiling. And bring the right hand in. Gently lift back. Extending the left arm and to the ceiling. And exhaling, bring the left hand down. All right, resting pose, moving in table. Do what feels good. Extend the right leg with the toes down. We'll do that leg stretch. Let the belly drop down toward the mat. Pressing back through the right heel. Lift the foot hip height, extending the left arm, upward toes. And exhaling, bring the hand down, right knee down. Take a breath. And extend the left leg, toes down. Releasing through the core of the body. Strong through that back leg. And now lift the leg and the right arm. Toes are pointing straight down. Lifting that left leg toward the ceiling, lifting the right arm. One more breath. And exhale the hand and knee down. And come back again to your resting pose or in table. Just breathe. Inhale and come back up into table, curl the toes, and lift into downward facing dog. Working those heels. And really bend the knees deeply, almost all the way down to the mat. Strong through the hands. Up on those toes. And then press with the front of the feet, lifting the hips, both heels toward the mat. Exhaling, take those knees down close to the mat. And inhaling, press into the mat, hips lift, heels toward the mat. Good. Step the feet toward the hands. Come to half lift. Pressing the belly down, shoulder blades come to the back, gaze is straight down. Pressing into the mat here with the feet to straighten the legs. And exhale, bend the knees, come down to forward fold. Relax through the shoulders, relax through the neck, the face. Head just hangs. And you can actually grab your elbows and just hang out here for a little bit. Sure those knees are bent. Be sure you can feel your belly on the thigh, on the thighs. Good. And now press into the feet, into the mat with the feet to straighten the legs and lift the hips. Take the face toward the knees. Good. Now really bend the knees and round up. Coming to standing with the shoulders come back now and the arms come wide and lift. Now you're getting long, you're getting tall, you're reaching high. And exhale into mountain pose. We finally got to standing. Goodness gracious. All right, we'll do some lunges here, moving down toward the mat to do it. So for mountain pose, pick up the mat with the toes. Feel down through the feet. And then press into the mat with the feet, get tall and strong, and inhale the arms up. Take the arms wide, exhale, dive into the forward fold. Release the head toward the toes. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands to the mat, stepping both feet back into plank. Strong plank. With the knees down or not, as we lower, you want your chest to touch first. So see if we can make that happen. As you exhale, lower. Inhale, come into cobra. You can feel the strength in the legs here as the toenails press down into the mat. One more breath. And now curl the toes or press to the knees, straight up and back, downward dog. Turning the points of those elbows down toward the mat, pressing the chest and the heart back toward the knees. Lift the right foot high, and then take it to the top of the mat. You can bring that back knee down to get it up there. That foot goes way up there ahead of the knee. Now we're in high lunge. You're on spider fingers. And you notice your fingers, your hands are under the shoulders, and your fingers are back by the heel of that front foot, even with the heel of the foot. And bring the back knee down, release the toes. Now come up on the fingertips and lift the gaze straight ahead. Keep the shoulder blades on the back. And now lift into crescent lunge. Stay low, reach high. Exhaling, bring the hands down. Again, lifting the gaze here. Fingertips. And now straighten the front leg. Draw the right hip back. Flex that front foot. And now come back forward. Fingertips, low lunge. Spider fingers, curl the back toes, high lunge. Hands to the mat, take that right foot back and straight up, as high as you can lift it. And then bring the right foot down to the mat and bring the knees down. So let's take a breath here in hero. Before we do the other side, okay. Take a breath, big, long, deep breaths. Good. Coming back up into table, curling the toes, into downward dog. Here we are, all right. Now lift the left foot high. Press back through the hands. And now sweep or bring that left foot all the way to the top of the mat. Spider fingers here. Along from the top of the head to the right heel in high lunge. Letting the hips move down toward the mat. Making sure that foot is ahead of the knee. Strong through the back leg. Now bring the back knee down, release the toes, and come up onto fingertips as you lift the gaze. Bring the shoulder blades onto the back. And breathe. So now lift into crescent lunge. And then bring his hands down to the mat. Again, fingertips, gaze lifts, hips settle. Coming down to spider fingers, curl the back toes. High lunge. And with the hands flat on the mat, take that left foot back and up, lifting as high as you can. And now bring the left foot down. And you can stay right here in downward dog if that suits you. Whatever feels good, wag your tail, or you can come down to resting pose. Yes. So coming back up into table, let's bring our feet around to the front. And I'd like for you to find that strap. If you have your strap handy, that's good. You have to use a necktie, a belt, anything you got works for you. And we'll do seated forward fold to start with. So I like to always start seated with staff or stick pose for just a breath or two. So pressing forward here through the heels and drawing those toes back toward my face. So the toes point back to my face. Spread those toes. And then bring the hands down beside the hips. And now press into the mat to lift, to take some of the weight out of your bottom. Good. So you're lifted here, strong through the legs, strong through the arms. And then exhale and release. Put the bend in the knees now and come forward into forward fold. Adjust the heels for the sensation that you want today. Be sure you feel the belly touching the thighs. And as you inhale, go ahead and round up. Just a couple of breaths here in Navasana. Coming to that balance, your Navasana, whatever that is today for you. One more deep breath. Exhale and come to that cobbler pose. With the soles of the feet together. Good. Inhaling, bring those knees up toward the ceiling. Hands come behind the knees and gently come down onto your back. Take your belt or your tie or your strap with you. Good. So let's just take a breath here. And a restorative pose, whatever that is for you, either your Savasana pose, or you can do the feet wide, knees together, or you could do the feet together, knees wide. And you can sure make noise when you do your yoga practice, by the way. You can grunt and groan and all kinds of stuff. Good, all right. So let's straighten the left leg. You can keep the left foot on the floor if you want, but you'll have to straighten it when we cross the leg over to the other side. But bring the right knee into the chest. And let's put the strap on the right foot. I have to do this one kind of quickly here, but we'll be mindful. And then take that right foot straight up to the ceiling. Good. And remind yourself to stay strong through the left leg. Don't get lazy on the left side. Okay, now with both hands on the strap, just gently take that right foot back toward the back of the mat. Draw it back there. Ease the strap. Bring the strap into the right hand. And now let that right foot, right leg drop out to the right. Keeping the hip bones on the mat. Right, left arm extends. And now point the toes toward the back of the mat. Outer rotating that right leg. Strong through that right leg. Don't let it just hang out there. I mean, you can feel you're working those muscles in that right leg. Pressing out through the heel. And now bring that foot back up to the ceiling, change hands. Let's take the foot to the left, coming on to the left hip. Right arm extends. Now we inner rotate, so you're again pointing those toes toward the back of the mat. Little bend in the knee always. And take that right foot, right foot back to the ceiling, both hands on the strap. Again, strong through the left leg, drawing the right leg back. Now ease the strap, bend the knee, and take this right knee down toward the right armpit. Yeah, reach up there with the right hand if you can and grab a hold of the outside edge of that right foot. Half happy baby. Great pose. Good. You can remove this strap now. Take that right leg straight up, press up through the heel, and now slowly lower the right leg down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. This is a notice pose now. One of the other teachers calls it the notice pose. So you release and you just notice what you feel. And the right foot, the right leg, the right hip. Good. Bring the left knee in. Now put the strap on the left foot. Take the left foot straight up. Both hands on the strap. Strong through the right leg now as you draw the left foot back. One more breath. Now ease the strap, strapping on the left hand. Take that foot out to the left. Again, right hip bone stays on the mat. I will rotate that left leg. And bring the left leg back to the ceiling, change hands. Coming over now, right foot to the left, coming on to the right hip. Release through the hips here. But stay strong through that left leg.
Good. Coming back up. Both hands on the strap. A little movement toward the back of the mat with that left leg. Bend the knee. Half happy baby here. Breathing. And then release your strap. Take that left foot straight up to the ceiling, strong up through the heel, and slowly lower that left leg down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Yeah. Okay. Good. All right. Bring the right knee into the chest and just hug it in. Circle the toes. Point and flex the foot. Take that knee over toward the right shoulder. Good. And now release the right knee, bring the left knee into the chest. Circle the toes. And take that knee over toward the left shoulder. Bring the right knee in beside the left. Good, gently rock. And bring the feet down, arms wide, let the knees fall over to the right, gaze left. And knees to the ceiling and left, gaze right. And knees to the ceiling, legs long, big, long, deep inhale, full body stretch here. And exhale into Savasana. Get as comfortable as you can. Soften the whole body. You can puff out your cheeks as you exhale to release the face. Good, let the breath deepen, little movements. Not very much Savasana there. When you practice at home, you can stay in Savasana as long as you want. And when you're ready, you can come over into one side, moving mindfully up off the floor. So another yoga practice. Good. So thank you for practicing today. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in you. So have a great week, and we'll see you on Friday.